Mac Jones.
Yeah, buddy.
After struggling to gain their footing in their first 6 games, the Patriots have won 4 straight, and Mac Jones has the 4th best QBR in the NFL during the win streak. So, Rex, I'll give you the floor here. I mean, what are you – the kid, he's playing great. There's no questions about that. What are you seeing?
I'm seeing a pea shooter, but boy, is that good. Like, man, oh, man. But
what is he doing so well?
What I'm saying is this. Look, he lacks the arm talent, but when he came out, why is he not the first guy taken? All right, he was clearly the best player in college football last year. Why was he not taken? Why? Because his ceiling isn't high, because he doesn't have the arm talent of other quarterbacks. What he has is the intangibles, though. That's what we're seeing. This kid is smart as unbelievable how smart he is. As a rookie, too, it's crazy. But he throws the ball with timing and anticipation, and he throws it before people are open. He throws people open. That's what you have to do in the National Football League. That's what Baker Mayfield doesn't do. And that's why this kid is outperforming Baker Mayfield.
RC, what do we say about the Patriots this morning?
Hey, everybody, let's put RC's tweet up. RC's stupid. RC doesn't know anything because he said that the New England Patriots could mess around and go to the Super Bowl. Where y'all at now? Huh? You know why? Because RC was right. Listen, when you watch Mac Jones and we watch this team, I said it last week, that in the offseason, when they were making all of these moves, we said if they can get competent quarterback play, this would be a good team. Well, they're getting better than competent quarterback play from Mac Jones. Everything Rex said about Mac Jones is correct. And everything that Dan was actually saying about him since he was drafted 15, that's showing to be correct as well. But here's what we thought. When he got drafted at 15, when they were talking about him at number 3, we had to say some negative things about Mac Jones because he didn't have some of the measurables. We didn't think he should have went 3. But everybody who sat on Get Up, everybody who was at the draft said
he should have
15 will be the perfect spot. If he goes to New England, that's the perfect spot. When he did the hopscotch up to the stage, you know why? Because he knew it was the perfect spot. And if I was one of the other 14 teams, you know what I would have did? I would have drafted Mac Jones, not because I want him on my team, because I didn't want him to go to New England, because this is what was going to happen. They were going to play excellent defense with Bill Belichick. Josh McDaniels was going to understand how to utilize this quarterback to the best of his abilities, and that's what we see. When we watch the New England Patriots, this is a book. This is a script. This is the Bible of what to do with a rookie quarterback. Everybody else who drafts one, y'all need to go work with Josh McDaniels, work with Bill Belichick, and say, hey, man, give me the transcript because this is working beautifully.
So true.
Listen, if and when Mac Jones plays this good on third down, this team could beat anybody in the NFL. Anybody in the NFL. It's not hyperbolic to say that they can go to the Super Bowl. That's the reality. The Patriots are at their best when Josh McDaniels has a complete grasp of who they are offensively. And when Mac Jones has started over the last month to realize Hunter Henry's this guy, Stevenson's this guy, Bourne's this guy, when it becomes about following the rules of the play for Mac Jones, that's when this offense really becomes a top 10 unit in the NFL. And when you have a quarterback the thing that the Patriots do such a great job of is they don't put him into positions to fail.
Right.
They don't ever ask him to become somebody or something that he's not. We see the reverses on 1st and 20. Kendrick Bourne all of a sudden, now 1st and 20 becomes 2nd and 5. 2nd and 10, another reverse. The defense is paying attention to eyes in the backfield. There's another chunk play. We saw the screen game yesterday. And then it's 3rd down, get the ball out versus certain coverage on time. I know the coverage. It's 3rd down, we'll get another slant over the middle, right? So they're giving him the answers, follow the rules of the play, and if you do that, we consistently march the ball downfield. So it's very much so that complementary brand of football. The last 2 weeks, his 3rd down QBR is 98. A perfect QBR is 100.
Bro, here's the other thing too, though. And Rex always says it, that this guy is not Tom Brady, right? This guy isn't the GOAT. But he's for sure what Tom Brady was at this age, and probably better. And when you can do that on a team that understands how to win this way, this is the exact play that they needed in order to progress and succeed.
Tom Brady didn't play as a rookie. His second year, they won the Super Bowl. He had 18 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and threw for 2,800 yards. So Mac Jones is going to easily eclipse all of those. Finish it up, Rex.
Bill Belichick, this is his best job he's ever done coaching.
Wow.
And when I look at it, what he's done with a rookie quarterback, because you're right, Tom Brady was in his second year, all right? But this is this young man's first year. And I see it because I'm like, man, there's no way he can't drive the football. He can't do all this type of stuff. That's right. He doesn't have to. Why? Because they don't put him in those situations.
They don't have him.
All right?
Set him up to
no.
fail.
And some of the throws he makes, it's easy to say, well, look at all the passes he's throwing in the run. Anybody can do that. No, they can't.
Yeah.
This guy can feather the football. He can do those type of things. Oh, but Belichick is amazing. It's not just, by the way, all coaching. It was what he did in the offseason that makes Belichick different.
Real.
He put in $160-some million. We've seen Judon. This defense is doing great because of having Judon there. You get Kendrick Bourne is finally showing up. Where the hell he come from? Oh, no, that was a free agent signing.
Yep.
Hunter Henry, you mentioned? Yeah, he's playing like the tight end everybody thought he could be. So got to give Belichick the credit.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.